welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Terrifier 2. Now this is a sequel to 2016's Terrifier, which I did get to see. I also saw All Hallows Eve 2 as well, and all three of these films feature the clown known as Art the Clown. Now again, this is directed by Damien Leon, and it actually takes place after Terrifier 2. Now I must admit, like offhand, oh yeah, I saw this in the theaters too. This is a very gruesome film. This has got to be one of the most bloodiest and goriest films I have ever seen. I'm surprised that a lot of stuff got away that's in this particular film. Like a lot of kills that are committed by like Art the Clown and so on. It's like very extreme. I'm surprised they actually was able to let this get away. But I know even Terrifier was like that too as well. It was like very gruesome and so on. Now, this particular film, it features like the resurrection of Art the Clown, because it is connected to like the previous film, because even some characters from the previous film are kind of in this film too as well. So I thought that was kind of cool that they are keeping like the Terrifier films or the Art the Clown like story like together. They are actually all connected. Now I don't want to spoil the film, but I'm going to like touch on a few things. Now once he's like resurrected, he has to seek out this girl known as Sienna Shaw. And she also has like a younger brother known as Johnson. And while he's doing this, it's happening like on Halloween night. And this is just the film takes place only a year after the events of the first film. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that was still kind of like in the past, because they mentioned in the film which year the Terrifier film itself took place. Now, like I mentioned before, the film is very gruesome. And some of the characters that are in the film, you can definitely say that some of them did definitely deserve to get killed, like especially like the way they got killed. But like the characters are Sienna Shaw, and she's played by Lauren Lavera, I think that's how you pronounce it. Then you have Jonathan Shaw, who's played by Elliot Fullman. Then you also have Barbara Shaw, and she's like the mother of these two kids, and she's played by Sarah Voigt. And you also have like this other girl, and this is like a new character that they had introduced, known as they're calling her, I think this is her, the little pale girl. She's like the girl, I don't want to get too much, but she's like a new character, kind of on the bad side too of things. That's it kind of, I guess, introduced in this film, because I don't recall seeing her like in the other ones. And she's played by Emily McLean. Then you also have David Howard Thornton, who returns as Art the Clown, because he played him in the first Terrifier film. But yeah, that's what basically like the film itself is about. Like Sienna and her brother Jonathan, they're living with their mother and so on, and then they get into like conflicts about like what happened with their father in the past. And Sienna did certain stuff in the past that was kind of bad, and even her brother, you know, they think that he's kind of like going down like a bad and dark road, and he's kind of obsessed with Art the Clown, because everybody knows that Art the Clown's like missing and still alive there, even though he was supposed to kill, but his body's like missing and so on. So he's kind of obsessed with Art the Clown. But their mother's like very kind of like mean, and she like cusses at him and all that kind of stuff. Like it's okay. Now I did kind of like those kind of moments of the film, like the dramatic type scenes. I think that was kind of interesting. Then this is like a full-fledged like horror film, like a gore fest. Like I say, like when Art is committing his murders and his kills, they are like very like gruesome. Like some of the kills that he does, I mean, to a point it could be like so over the top and so gruesome you can't help but like laugh at it, and it's not really supposed to be funny. It's like serious. Now the way he it's like portrayed, it's like funny because he's like a clown that doesn't talk or anything like that, you know. So he just make all these like weird like movements and stuff, and he gets like so bloody and bloody. At one point, I thought this was kind of interesting too, because we get to see more of his character, because we already know that he had like a supernatural type vibe to him, because you can like, he already been resurrected. You can like hit him in the head with stuff like all kind of like very like stuff that would kill the person, but he always survives. Even like in the previous films, it was like hard for them to kill him. But in this particular film, you get to see him actually wash his clothes after they've been like so bloody. It's kind of the beginning of the film. After he commits like a murder, you actually get to see him go to like a laundromat and wash his clothes. He take all his clothes off and wash them, and he picks up a newspaper and be reading it. So I thought that was kind of interesting, that we can see that he does have intelligent type of human traits, you know, and so on. But overall, I think it was still just okay, and I must admit it's not really for me. But it's just because it's just so extreme, like on the blood and gore. I mean, it's like very like extreme. Like I said, I'm surprised this is even rated R, you know. But in Terrifier 2, it was still like a solid film. And I think Art the Clown is like a pretty cool like new slasher horror villain that we have now. So I'm gonna just give it a solid C. And I do kind of believe it was kind of better to a certain extent than the first Terrifier film. But you know, it was just okay still. So I'm giving Terrifier 2, I'm giving this a C. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.